Hey everyone, welcome to Tech Solution channel again, and we are back with another repair. Guess what we got this time? We got a mobile phone. Yes, we got a Samsung one again. And guess what it is? It's a Samsung. Come on boy, where did it go? Right, focus. Oops, I think it lost its focus. Focus again. Okay, so back on it. So we got this Samsung, and this is a A21. I think it's an A20. Yeah. So anyway, we got this one. It's A12. Sorry for that. It's an A12, and guess what? This customer has taped it, and he couriered it to us for a repair. It needed a new screen, however it's still usable, but hey, you don't like the cracks in there, which is fair enough. So we're gonna slam a new screen on it. So what we want to do first is we're gonna take this back off. So we have to first of all take the SIM tray out. Just pop this thing out of it, and it would probably end up having a SIM card in there. So we want it to be safely on the side, and after that we're gonna take that tape off. I'm going to take this tape off as much as we can, so we can take the back cover off it. There we go. It comes right off it, so it can help us. Ooh, feel that, man. It's been there for a while. Feel that. That's super satisfying. Alright, so all the tape is off it. And now we can take the back cover off. So to take the back cover off, what we're going to do is we're going to take this side and we're going to put this into it, so if you can see it clearly. So we want to put this in the middle of it, and we're going to push it in so we can take the back off it. Get the back cover off it. Mate, what's happening, boy? Just want to see a bit of a loose place in it. Here we go. Usually by the SIM tray is quite close to getting in, but gotta be careful, man. You don't want to push it all around, so it will damage the SIM card in there. We don't want to do that, so we're gonna pray that up, and push that in, and tray that up, push that in, pray that up, take it further, pray it up. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna come to this side now. Here we go. It goes click. You like the click? That's what we want to hear. We don't want to crack this. So we are already into it, as you guys can see. As we all can see, that we are in nearly. So I'm going to try that praying it from this side now. Gives us easy access into it. You don't want to put too much pressure on it. You just want to do it pretty nice and slowly. After that, we're going to that out. We got that still lock in here, so we don't want to put a pressure on it because of plastic, so it will break quite easily and it will look ugly after breaking, after we got cracks in there. So now is another click. Okay, here we go. So we don't want to, we want to avoid these positions, pushing it in, because it will crack the cables. So we want to try doing it from the opposite side of it. Here we go, a nice click. While taking it off, we want to be careful that we don't damage any cables. So we're going to do it slowly. So I'm going to untangle it. So as you guys can see, there's a cable in there. So we don't want to do too much of pressure from this side. So we're going to turn it around and we're going to take it out from the other side. So this side is a cable right here, and that's a fingerprint sensor cable. These cables are quite hard to find. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to keep this cable safe. First thing comes in first, you're going to disconnect this cable. To disconnect it, you could just pull it up, it'll just pop up, and we're going to secure this side of it. So here we go. So what about next? Next, what I want always do is, usually in Samsung ones, we can see all the cables here. There's one cable that's coming here. This should be connecting the screen to the charging port. So we're going to grab a new screen. There you go, brand new screen on it. So as you can see, there's a one connector that's connecting to the charging port, and there's the other one, which is this one, that's connecting to the main board, which is for a screen. So we've got to remove all those screws out of it. So we're going to start from the bottom one. So we're going to grab a screwdriver. This guy's out of the picture. So we're going to unscrew them quickly. And I'm always keeping my screws in here so I don't lose them. I just always put them in there because they all are pretty much the same screws, so it doesn't matter how you put them. You could always do it separately, like the bottom one goes in the bottom and the top one goes in the top part of it. But hey guys, you guys can also use magnetic mats and all that. There's heaps of info that you can use about it. Not an issue at all. So here we go. Unscrew it. Boy. I usually have to, so there are a lot of guys that have been asking about this the screwdriver, that how often do you have to charge it. Pretty much I use it probably 90% of the time, and I probably have to give it a charge about once a week or so I could probably do about plenty of jobs with it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the bottom part. So it had a bit of tape on it, so it's sticking to this bottom one quite well. So to remove the screen, we're going to heat it up on the heat pad. So we're going to start from here. We don't want to damage those. If you damage this internet cable, bro, this thing is really hard to find, so do not damage it at all cost. So we're going to untangle this and we're going to secure the bracket from it, the top, so this thing is. So we're going to disconnect the battery first. Okay, so that's going to turn the phone off, so there's no short circuit. And then we're going to remove this cable, which is from the screen. And then we're going to remove the bottom part of it. So to remove the bottom part, you want to see the separating area in the middle of it. So I'm going to remove that, put that right on the side of it. Here's the another connector that's securing the screen, charging port. Now we're going to put this on. So we're going to heat this up now. So just give me a few minutes and I'll be back after applying a bit of a heat on it. Alright, so we have applied heat on the front of the screen, so we don't never apply heat on the back of it, because there's a lot of components that can become loose and soldering can get broken quite easily on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the screen off and make sure this is disconnected, this cable is disconnected, otherwise you're going to end up damaging the ports. So if it's connected and it's going to push down, it's going to damage that port on it. Okay, so now we're going to just remove the screen now. So as we always say, we're going to look for the more of the damaged parts, which is this one, and we're going to dig the tool into it. Gonna go right through it. Here we go. Lift up. Right, here we go. So as you guys can see, we're pretty much lifting off the whole screen out of it. Now we're just gonna go deep in there. And just push it up. Push it up. Pull it up. We don't want to pull it up too much. We just want to do it enough that it will eventually come off it. So these ones are one of the super easy screens to remove, I would say. Just got to be extra careful with it, that's all. So right now you can see there's the cables there. So first cable has already come out of it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Shit, my fingers. Okay, there it is. So one cable has already come out of it, and the second one is about to come out, which is this big one. So we're going to separate the screen out of it. The phone, and we're going to carefully remove it. So both of the cables have completely came out of it. So we don't need any of those earpiece cables or anything. There's nothing on this model specific, so we're going to chuck it in rubbish. And now we're going to work on cleaning. So here goes a bit of a cleaning process. So I'm going to remove the parts of the big part of the glasses, which are nice and handy to remove. So you want to be careful that you do not damage any of the sensors or any of that while removing it. If you think you're not comfortable with removing the whole LCD and glass together, take your time, do it slowly, apply a bit of a heat on it if you have to. You don't have to just rush the job, because if you damage it, man, some of the parts are quite rare to find, so you might have to source them directly from China, and it could take up to a month to come in because of the COVID. So yeah, and hey guys, how's your business going in COVID? Is it affecting much, or what are you guys feeling in your city, in your country? And yeah, no, this business is kind of a little bit affected, not much, but you know, let me know in comments that how your city's going, the COVID, and hopefully everyone's recovering, and hopefully not much businesses have been affected by it. Yeah, no, it's quite a bad situation out there. There were a lot of businesses that had to close out depending on which cities they are in. So if you go and just clear that up a little bit, make sure it's all. Just always do this once you've done it, then you can see all the glass that's just been started to come out of it. Good. Now we're gonna do the old style. First we're gonna do, grab the microfiber cloth and we're gonna just wipe it down. If there's any bigger bigger glass pieces in there. And now we're gonna spray as always, IPA, isoprolyl alcohol 99.8%. We're gonna spray this on the cloth, so we don't want to spray it on the screen directly, because if you do, it can damage a lot of stuff. Alright, sweet. So I'm just gonna clean it off. That's all sorted. So now this thing's all done, we're going to apply a bit of glue on it. I'm going to use T8000. As always, I'm going to apply it in a slow amount. So do not apply too much of it. If you do, you'll end up damaging the screen, and you won't have any backlight, or sometimes the touch doesn't work properly. That's due to the glue being applied too much on the sides. So anyway, once that part is done, I'm going to grab the 502 super glue. I'm going to apply a little bit of it onto the metal, so that will get the grip faster, and it's a lot more stronger than the IPA. So this is a bit of too good glue. I just like using it this way. It's the screens don't lift up that easily. So right now here's our new screen, so we're going to remove this, and we're going to apply that tape. So be careful while doing this tape. You will see the instructions where to apply the tape. So there will be brackets that are built on it. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there are brackets on all over the screen. So you're going to fit that right onto it, and do not punch it in, so that will break the cable. So right now we're going to flex this a little bit from the top, and this one as well, a little bit, not too much of pressure, otherwise you'll break the screen, bro. So here we go, and we put this in the phone slowly, nice and easy, and we're going to set the top first, so it sits perfectly. And we're going to make sure quickly that all the cables have came out, and we're going to pressure it down. We're going to grab the thing that comes with the screen, and we're going to pressure it down a little bit, so that, guys, get out of the picture, sorry. Good. We're going to push this down, be careful, don't do it too hard, we'll break it. You have to be slightly careful with these, so after connecting all the cables, yeah, do test it before you glue it out. So it's always your personal preferences, can't say much. I sometimes like testing it if I have a doubt on the phone, if there's no sound in it, because once you glued it, man, it's a waste of a screen for you. We'll just quickly punch it in, all the screws. Always make sure your screwdriver is on the 90-degree angle when putting it on. If it's not, then bro, you can end up damaging it. The screw won't go in all the way, or it will get into the main board, worst case scenario, and it will damage the whole phone. So always make sure your screwdriver is standing on the 90-degree angle when you putting the screws in, especially when you're using these electric ones, because you can quite easily damage them. There are 2 modes on this one, so I always use it on the second one, which is a little bit too faster one. Quite like it because the other one is just too slow to just do anything with it, man. Good, so put that right onto it, and we're gonna slam that in. We're gonna screw it in. I'm not gonna slam it in, boy. All good. So all the screws. Hey, in some of the Samsung phones, the repair fundamental is pretty much the same. Just gotta be a little bit careful that you don't. Sometimes the screws are slightly bigger on these ones, like an A30 series. If you look at these screws, are slightly bigger than a normal one, and if you put the wrong screws in, it will freaking damage the LCD underneath of it, which is just bizarre. I figured it out, and I by mistake I put it in. I'm like, fuck, what happened there? And then realized there was a hole in it, which was quite sad, and we had to do the screen again. It was just one of those times. Anyway, so the screw, make sure your screen isn't crooked before the glue settles down, because if it is, it's gonna look ugly. So right now, as you guys can see, the screen is perfect from the sides, it's sitting in perfectly. We're all happy with this right there. Fantastic. And now we're gonna connect this cable in. So we're gonna connect this cable. So I'm gonna do it from this side so we don't damage it. This one goes right into it. Alright, that will just sit on it perfectly. Go, clicks right in. There are no sides left. And let's just test the phone. Sweet, light turning on. And I do use those clips, they're pretty nice and easy. They have actually never damaged their screen for me, touch wood, but they don't have that much of pressure in them. So there were times that I would do the repair, put clips on it, fuck this, the screen is broken. So the thing is that with these ones, they're quite nice and easy. You can pretty much get them from any $2 store. So the touch is working. How I test touch is go into emergency call and just click on the numbers, and we're going to use one of those out of here. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put some clips on it. So we always put clips on all 4 corners and make sure that it's not too tight for the phone. So I always put it on all 4 corners, and I always put one in the middle so it gives a bit more extra grip to it. So once that is done, and here it is, repair completed. Thank you guys, and hit the subscribe button and hit the like and share it with your friends if you want to show them how the repair is done. And also, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in comments and I'll be answering them. So see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care.